Hi, hello everyone. Right, short date and learn objective, please. Then pause the video and we'll get started. Press play when we're done. Right, so now we've done an awful lot in the last couple of weeks where we've been started from scratch, where we've worked out how to calculate equations, okay, finding the missing letter, X, Y, whatever it is, okay. Now, some of us doing absolutely great with this, absolutely great. Others struggling a little bit, okay. Now, what today's lesson is going to be, we are going to just revise basically what we're up to at the moment. Now, if there comes to a point where you cannot do any more, okay, you need to tell me, because then you can go back and do some other work. Now, for if we can all get up to the level of this work today, by the end of this unit, I will be really pleased. I know some of us will go further than that, okay? But it's no good carrying on with the lessons if you haven't understood what's gone before, because you will not be able to do the rest of the work. So this is a chance where we're going to go over everything, okay? Apologies for those people who are doing really well with it and not finding it too difficult. We will carry on with lessons, okay? But with harder stuff, but for some of us, I'd rather us go back and just repeat some of the things that we've already done in order to completely understand that work, okay? So we're going to go back to the beginning. So this is section 1, okay? So section 1, again, if you to the point where you cannot do the questions I leave you at the end, then you need to tell me, and we'll start again with it, okay? So x, let's have this an example. X plus 6 equals 19. Now I'm going to go straight into the method, okay? So what we need to do is find the value of x. Now we work downwards. Now some of you, even very good at working them out, will not set them out properly. Please set them out properly, okay? So we need to find the value of x. And you notice I'm trying to keep my equal signs in line, and we want to find the value of x. Now the method we're using is the balance method, okay? So instead of adding 6, this is a positive 6 here. So I need to get rid of that. I need to get rid of this first of all, okay, to leave me with x. Once I've got rid of that, I'm left with x. To get rid of that, I need to take 6 away from it. And because this is called the balancing method, I do minus 6 on the other side, okay? So I do that to both sides. 19, so this means by taking away 6 from 6, I've got rid of that, so I'm left with x. Then I got 19 take away 6 is 15. X is, sorry, 19 take away 6 is not 15. 19 take away 6 is 13, okay? And let me just check, 13 plus 6 is 19, okay? So this is the balance method. I'm just going to do a couple more, and then I'm going to leave you have a go to foo. So 4x equals 28. Using the balance method, I want x here. Now this is 4. This means I have to get rid of this 4. Now this is 4 times x, isn't it? 4 times x, because we've got the hidden multiplication sign, okay? Hidden multiplication sign. So we go 4 times x there. So in order, we do the opposite of timesing. The opposite of timesing is dividing. So I'm going to divide this by 4. It's called the balancing method, so I have to divide that by 4 as well. 4x divided by 4 leaves me with x. So again, I've got x on this side of the equation. How many 4s in 28? That would be 7. X equals 7, okay? Right, let's have a look at x take away 12 equals 17. Again, I want to be left with x here, okay, x. So this is a negative 12. So to get rid of a negative 12, I have to add 12 to it, because minus 12, add 12 leaves me with 0. So now I'm left with, that would leave me with x on this side. It's called the balance method, so I also add 12 on the other side, okay. 17 add 12 is 29, okay. and 29 take away 12 is 17. Now we need to do this method, okay, even for these simple ones, okay, even for these simple ones, just do a little bit, just a little plus 12, and then x equals underneath, working downwards, okay. I know it sometimes seems a bit daft, but when they get harder, you'll see why, okay. X divided by 6 equals 4, okay. X divided by 6 equals 4. Now let's have a little look here. Again, I want to be left with x on this side. This is basically x divided by 6 equals 4. So this is a divide, isn't it? It's a divide. X divided by 6. It's a divide. So I do the opposite of divide to get rid of it. So I'm going to times it by 6. It's called the balance method. So I times that by 6 as well. Okay. Therefore, 6 over x times 6 just leaves me with x. 6 times 4 is 24. X is 24. And let's just check. 24 divided by 6 is 4. That is correct. Okay, so you don't necessarily need this middle line when you're doing them, but if you want to put it in there to make it easy for yourself, you can. Right. First 4 questions. Please write out the question and then do all the full workings out, please. I will not accept just the answer, okay? Working downwards. Right, pause the video, have a go through those, please. Right, I will very, very quickly go through them. So the first one, x plus 7 equals 2. Okay, this is plus 7, so I have to take away 7. Take away 7 there. Okay, so take away 7. It was quite a tricky one, this actually, isn't it? Trickier than I expected, sorry. So 2 take away 7 is minus 5. X is equal to minus 5, isn't it? Because minus 5 plus 7 will give me 2. Okay, hopefully you're okay with that. The next one, I'll just do it on here. Okay, I want to divide that by 3. I'm going to divide that by 3 as well. X is equal to 6. Okay, on this next one, x take away 10 equals 13. And again here, I'm going to, instead of this minus 10, I'm going to have to add 10, x equals 23. Okay, and then the last one, okay, I'm going to times that by, to get rid of x divided by 5, I'm going to do the opposite of dividing and times it. So I'm going to times 5 by both. Okay, so there we have got x is equal to 15. Okay, so that's the first 4. Okay, now building from there, as if we can do that, okay, we can do the next set of questions. Okay, because in fact we'll come to this in a second. We can do the next set of questions. So it's just an extra element in there. 4x minus 3 equals 17. Okay, so the first thing I want to do, again, my aim is to end up with x equals down here. Okay, so I've just got to be left with x on this side of the equation. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do, this is a minus 3. So to get rid of the minus 3, I add 3 to it. It's called the balance method, so I add 3 on the other side as well, okay? Because by doing that to both of them, you're not changing the equation, okay? So that leaves me with 4x equals 17 plus 3 is 20. Now, this is 4 times x. Now I do the other move, don't I? Divide that by 4, divide that by 4. X is 5, okay? One more, and then you can do some, oh no, we'll do a couple more. We'll do into some involving brackets as well. Plus 3 equals 7, okay? So the first thing I want to get rid of, okay, I want to be left down here with x equals 7. So I need to get rid of this plus 3. To get rid of that, I take 3 away. It's the balance method. I take 3 on the other side, okay? So now I'm left with x over 3, because I've got rid of that. 7 equals 4. Now this is x divided by 3, so I do the opposite of divide by 3, and then times it by 3, and then I'm getting rid of that, okay? And the same on this side, times it by 3, okay? So that leaves me with x on this side, 4 times 3 is 12. X equals 12. Now, we're going to move into the questions with brackets, okay? With brackets. So 4, 2x plus 3 equals 28. Now again, we know how to expand brackets. The number outside is multiplied by what's inside the bracket. So 4 times 2x is 8x. So first thing I do underneath is expand the bracket. 4 times 3 is 12 equals 20. Then I do the same thing. Same rules apply. I want to be left with x on this side of the equation. I'm going to minus 12. I'm going to minus 12. Okay. To both sides, that leaves me with 8x. 28 take away 12 is 16. This is 8 times x, so I'm going to divide and do the opposite. I have to do the same to both sides. X equals 2. Okay. Right, let's have a quick look at, and again, go back over these. If you don't see it, press pause, just rewind the video a little bit, okay, and have another go, because I need to get through these quite quickly, because there will be quite a few of us who know how to do these. This is a bit of a trickier one. What did I equal on that one? Plus 3 equals 30. Same rules apply. Just be a bit careful, but this is a minus 2 times minus 3x. A minus times a minus is a plus. So this is 6x. Then I got a negative 2 times a positive 3. A negative times a positive is a negative. Okay, minus 6 equals 30. Once I've got to this is a minus 6 here. I have to do the opposite and add 6. Add 6. Okay, so I get 6x equals 36. This is 6 times x. I'm going to divide that by 6, which will leave me with x. Because I've divided this side with 6, so this side as well gets divided, equals, how many 6s? Yep, x is equal to 6. Now, have a go at these, please. Take your time if you're struggling. Okay, take your time if you're struggling. Go back and rewatch the video if you need to. Okay, but have a good go with them. Pause the video while you do those. In fact, well, I'm not going to go through these because otherwise the video will take forever. Okay, so send me your work with that. Make sure you're setting them out properly, please. This is section 2. If you cannot do these, please tell me, because what I'll do, you can go back and redo some of the previous videos, because it's pointless moving on unless you've understood this. Okay. Then the most recent questions. Okay, the most recent ones are things like this, isn't it? 3x minus 2 is equal to 2x plus 3. Now again, our aim is to have x equals down the bottom, and we have to do the same. You know, we just have to follow the same rules to get to that. Now we've got x's on both sides of the equation. We don't want that. We only want x on one side of the equation. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take away 2x from that. So 2x take away 2x leaves me with nothing. So that is completely got rid of that. It's the balance method. So I have to do the same to this side. Take away 2x. So that leaves me with 3x. Take away 2x is x, isn't it? 1x. Minus 2 is equal to, that leaves me with nothing, equals 3. From here, it's exactly the same. Instead of minus 2, this is a minus 2, so I add 2 to it. Add 2 on that side, okay? So that leaves me with x is equal to, because that's got rid of that there, x is equal to 5. Okay, x is equal to 5. Right, one more. Right. So let's have a look at 8 bracket x plus 1 is equal to 2 bracket x plus 16. Again, this looks complicated, but just follow the normal rules. first thing you do, expand the brackets. 8 times x, 8x. 8 times 1 plus 1. 2 times x, 2x. 2 times 16, 32. Then, remembering, after we've done that, we just want to be left with x on this side of the equation. So we need to get rid of this 2x. Get rid of the smaller one of the two, okay? Because that's somewhat a little bit tricky in this. So we're gonna, if we take away 2x from there, we take away 2x from there. No, okay. Right. So that will leave us with 8x. Take away 2x is 6x. Plus 1 is equal to, that's got rid of that, 32. Next, this isn't, this, is it going to work? Oh, sorry, I made a mistake. 8 times 1 is 8. Apologies. Okay, when I expanded the bracket, 8 times 1 is 8. Okay, so now I want to get rid of this positive 8, so I'm going to take 8 away from it. Take 8 away on the other side because it's the balance method. This gets rid of that, so it leaves me with 6x equals 32. Take away 8, 24. It's 6 times x, so I divide that by 6. Do the same on the other side, divided by 6. That leaves me with x. How many 6s in 24? 6 to 4. X equals 4. Now, these are the last two questions, okay? For those of us who are doing really well with these and not having too much difficulty, okay, I really want you to focus on these extension questions, okay? That one is that one you should be able to have no problem with. Question 11 is a really good challenge, okay? You will need you to take some time and effort to when you get into that one, question 11. So question for the rest of us, just focus on question 9 and 10. Okay, again, this is section 3. Okay, this is section 3. If you can't do these, I will ask you then for during the next few lessons to go back and redo some of the other stuff. Okay, it is pointless as carrying on, pushing forward if we haven't understood up to this point. Okay, so this is the point at which we all need to get to before you move forward. Okay, right. Okay, so please, those of you who are doing really well with these, can you focus on the extension? The rest of us, good luck, okay? Good luck with them, and please email me and tell me where you are with it. When you send me your work, if you cannot do anything more, I will then tell you what to do next, okay? Right, bye.